Hi everybody, Jackson here. Welcome back to the daily endeavours for the 21st of April. We've got a 10 seal stat. As always, there'll be timestamps in the description if you want to look for one of these options in particular. Not going to talk about this one because I think it's shit. So we've got killing citizens with the Blade of Woe, Humanoid Daedra, refining raw materials, placing Courtyard Furnishings, and we've got capturing a town. So the game will probably be down for maintenance. I did make a warning about it a couple of hours ago. There's still, at the time of making this, there's still no information on the forums website about like the maintenance. So yeah, still in the dark about what the hell's going on. But I'll update that other video when I know some more stuff. But yeah, so I don't like doing a town. I think these other options are fine. I'd probably avoid this one too, just because how annoying it can be. But yeah, definitely I avoid towns when I can, because if you look at the map, there's three towns. You've got Vlasterus, you've got Cropsford, and you've got Bruma. Your ability to do this quickly is entirely related to how your faction goes, assuming you haven't got a character on each faction. But the easiest time to get to a town is when it's under your control, and when it's under your control, you can't take it to do this endeavor. So sometimes there could just be nothing close to like the town that you want. Taking the town's really easy, but players can come and kill you, and if that happens, you have to respawn somewhere else. It's way easier to fail this one, which is why I think it's so unreliable compared to these ones here, which very difficult to fail these. This one too, I suppose. Yeah, I just skip this one, just because it's usually so time-consuming just trying to get it done, compared to these ones here, which you could probably do all three of these here by the same time you do the town one. Alright, so firstly, let's talk about refining. I would advise using wood, because wood's a lot cheaper than the other stuff. You can get a lot of wood from guild stores, and I would just suggest what you need is just 20, because that's 2 times of refining, because refining does 1 per 10 items. So just do those 2, and that'll be it. If you need rough wood, you can look for it yourself. Just look for rough logs out in the open, but if not, just go to guild stores. For example, Shadowfen here has a bunch of guild stores, and you just go down to materials, woodworking, and go raw material. Look through here, and yeah, there might be some stuff. Not every guild store has them. Usually the ones in the main... Oh yeah, there you go. That's fine. And yes, 6 gold. That's really good. Yeah, some guild stores just have tons of them, especially the ones in the capitals, like Mournhold, Vivek City, Gratwood, Wayrest. Those kinds of places tend to have them more frequently. And yeah, if I were you, I would look at the price on a website called Terminal Trade Center. I'll link that in the description, and just make sure you don't buy shit for like way too expensive. You know, get good value on it, because like you're spending a little bit of gold. If you can find something for a good deal, you make this one a lot better for yourself, basically. If you have a woodworking survey, or just any survey, you can also grab the stuff from that and refine that, and then everything that you don't need for the endeavor, you can just put it in your bank and just save it for another day whenever these refining ones come up, because these are always good to do, because it's just super quick. Alright, second option is Humanoid Daedra. So there's a few ways to get this. Probably one of the most reliable is going to be Sanguine's Demene. This is in Shadowfen. The best way, I think, to get here is to use the boatswain from Stonefalls, Falvis Roram. It's a dark elf dude. You talk to him, get him to take you to Deshaan, then get him to take you to Shadowfen. You walk up here, and it's just you get this way, Sean. From that point, it's just easy to get there from here. This is usually the place I go. While you're on the way, maybe look around for some like raw materials. Maybe you might be able to find some stuff to refine, if you don't have any. But I assume most people have at least. It's only like 20. Like, that's nothing. But anything labeled Dremora is considered to be a Humanoid Daedra. So, there's lots of these guys in here. So if you go in this corner, there should be another mob. So yeah, there's a group over there. There's some groups in here usually as well. Yeah, there you go. So you just need 5 of these guys, and there's tons of them all over the place. You've got big clumps of them through here. You've got a couple through these areas. There's a group boss over here of 3 of them, And yeah, you just look around, eventually you'll find some. Yeah, this is probably the place that you'll see most people use. There's just, yeah, the Dremora everywhere that you can use. Just don't bother with the Ograms if you can, though, because and the skeletons and the scamps, because those don't count as Humanoid Daedra. Another pretty frequent way that people do this one is Dolmens, but it's a bit random. Sometimes you can get just all sorts of stuff that isn't Dremora. Like you can get vampires, skeletons, bestial Daedra, shit like that, and it just, you don't find Dremora, but you can get Dremora on these. The Zivkin, the tier 1 enemies, the bigger humanoid ones, they count, and I find those to be a little more common than the actual Dremora, so you could do it that way. There is also one more way that I'll show you, though. It's an instance way if you're struggling to find some other, like, some Dremora to kill. Alright, so if you come to the Imperial City Prison, you can travel to this dungeon from any way shrine in the game, and getting access to it is actually everyone has access to it because it's for free. So you can just purchase this DLC. There is a group of Dremora right here. There is a group of Dremora over here as well, and then over that side there's also a group of Dremora. Just keep in mind these guys are quite tough, especially the Zivkin. They've got as much health as like a tier 1 enemy in Craglorn. You can handle it. It's just, yeah, they're not the easiest thing to find in the world, that's all. But yeah, you can kill those. They count as Humanoid Daedra, and you might probably get a little bit for class abilities too for the weekly. So those are most of the ways I use. You've also got, in Cold Harbor, there are tons of places that just have fucking Dremora all over the place. You got Dremora here. Well, you don't have Dremora, sorry. You've got Golden Dark Seducers, which also count. There's some dungeons as well, in like delves in this place that work. You've also got the public dungeon Village of the Lost. This also has tons upon tons of Dremora. So yeah, you've got some options there. But personally, the only one I would ever use really is either Penguin's Demene for easier options, or this if you just want to instance one. Because the instance option, you come in here, if you're not in a group, nobody else can actually come in here, and like you can't see them. They're in their own instance version. So these Dremora here, they'll never be killed by other people. When you get in here, they'll always be ready to go for you. So it's just a way, pretty much no matter what's going on the outside, no matter how busy the player base is, you can just come in here and do this, and it'll just be reliable every time. Alright, so next we've got Courtyard Furnishings. So the very first thing I'd suggest you do is the biggest house you've got, or just any of the big ones really, go to Retrieve in the housing menu, and check the Courtyard tab, see if you've got anything in the house that's actually counted as a Courtyard item. So in this case, I've got this item. At the bottom here, you can see Put Away. When you do that, go Exit, bottom right there. And now at the bottom left, you'll see it says Undo. I don't know why there's two bindings to undo there, but I think one of them's add-on related. You press the Undo button. As you see at the bottom left there, it counts. Redo, and then undo again. And that's the way to do it real quick. Now, if you don't have a Courtyard item, I don't imagine many houses will have Courtyard items, because they're a bit weird. This is the item here in question, and I'll show you how to get this. You can actually get it for 100 gold from a very easy vendor to reach. So let me go show you that now. I'll also show you how to get a house if you haven't got one already. Alright, so firstly, if you haven't got a house yet, come to this location here in the Rosy line. Well, you want to get this if you want a Courtyard one too. This spot here where I'm standing in front of, there will be a lady here you can talk to. Exhaust the dialogue with her, you'll complete a quest, you'll get a house, and you can just access that house from anywhere. So when you get that house, go to the Houses tab in the map menu, look at this section under Collected, and the house should be here. It should either be called the Amity Flask Inn Room, Rosy Line, or the Myers Public House. Should be one of these. Just depends on which alliance you are. As for Courtyard Furnishings, come to Rosika here, right next door. Go down to the middle, Rough Clothesline Post. This is considered a Courtyard Furnishing. Just buy one of these, chuck it in your house, and whenever you need to do this one, just go find wherever it was, or retrieve it from that system I showed you before, and yeah, easy pickings, this one. Next up, we've got the Killing with the Blade of Woe option. You need the Dark Brotherhood DLC to do this. You can't do it if you don't have it. So in order to do this, you need the Blade of Woe passive. In order to unlock this, you need to complete the first quest of the zone, the Gold Coast, called Voices in the Dark. Once you complete that one, you'll get the Blade of Woe on one character. You have to do it on each character in order to unlock it. Now, what I would suggest is get access to Black Sacrament, the Dark Brotherhood version of Heist, by completing a lesson in silence. It takes a little while, takes a little bit of preparation, but trust me, if you've got Dark Brotherhood to deal this endeavor, I highly suggest doing that instead. Because the issue with coming out and doing it in the regular Overland is that you are competing with everybody else. If somebody else kills someone you're looking at, you can't do this endeavor. So that's a problem. So usually there's a bunch of people here that I can kill, but here we go. So here's an example. In order to do it, you come up behind people with the Blade of Woe, make it to your stealth, and you hit the synergy button. That's all there is to it. Obviously, easier said than done when you go for people who are near a guard or near somebody else and you get a bounty. It becomes a lot harder to just go killing a bunch of people that way. And that is why I suggest getting access to Black Sacraments, because you go to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary and you start the Black Sacrament, it's instanced. So same thing as I said about the Humanoid Daedra. If you can get an instance area, it means you're not worrying about what's going on the outside world. There'll be a bunch of civilians you can kill in there with the Blade of Woe, and it just means, like, you can come here and everybody might be dead because the players come through and killed them. Doesn't matter, you can just go here instead, and their impact won't affect you at all. So that's what I suggest. Also, if you're not max level with Dark Brotherhood, completing Black Sacraments, getting through the whole thing, if you feel like you got the time, you get Dark Brotherhood XP. Same thing if you get these 3 quests in the Dark Brotherhood. If you want to look them up, I'll put that in the description too. But yeah, either of these can give you XP for Dark Brotherhood, which is good, because there is one thing I suggest. It takes ages getting to it, but if you can get to Brotherhood level 7, you get Shadow Rider. This passive is fucking amazing. Basically, whenever you're mounted, enemies will see you a lot less. You can sprint at max speed and pretty much just ignore people, which is great, especially when you're going to a way shrine, because it means that enemies that would normally see you and stop you from traveling will not stop you from traveling, and you just cut the amount of time it takes just to do shit. So if you're not sure who to use the Blade of Woe on, just look for anybody with these white outlines. The only instance where that's not the case is guards, because guards are immune to damage. They can't be killed. You used to be able to hit them with Vampire Bite, like feed on them as a vampire, but that's because it used to not kill them. It used to just hurt them. But yeah, now you can't do anything to them if you come up behind them. Yeah, see, you can still poke at them. Wouldn't recommend it though. Oh yeah, shit. One more thing I forgot to mention. If you don't see a white outline around people, there is one thing you need to check. So if you go to settings, gameplay, turn off prevent attacking innocents, the white outline will show up now. So then you can go up behind people and hit them with the Blade of Woe. Otherwise you won't be able to. Alright, that should be everything. If you've got any questions, as always, just let me know. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time. And take care.